Hey, what's up guys? David here from SiteMonkey. Today I want to show you how to install Cockpit, which is a web-based interface for managing servers. All right, so let's dive right into it. All right, so I'm just going to show you Cockpit. The Cockpit project is developed by Red Hat, and you can find it at cockpit-project.org here. The easy-to-use, integrated, glassable, and open web-based interface for your servers. All right, so if you want something that you can just open on a web browser and you can quickly glance over the hardware aspects of your server, then this is what you want to use. All right. So it's very, very neat. It has a very clean interface. It has a lot of features for seeing the hardware aspects of your server, the storage, the network interfaces. You can even check out the logs of your server right from a web-based interface. So it's really, really easy to use and it's very snappy. So I'm going to walk you through how to install it on your own server if you already have it. And also just so you know, if you're not able to do this, we can do this for you at a service. I'm going to walk you through how to install it. It's all listed here, okay, on the cockpit-project.r page. When you come down here to install, it's widely supported, okay, across various browsers here. This is where you can access the web interface, but it's also widely supported across various Linux distros like Fedora, Red Hat, of course. These are the developers. You have Core OS, CentOS, Debian, Arch Linux, Ubuntu, Clear Linux, and Tumbleweed. This is by OpenSUSE. And you have various installation procedures for each of these operating systems here. So I'm going to be running this through a Ubuntu instance, all right? But if you want to install it on your OS, you can follow these instructions here. Awesome. So let's get to it. I'm going to SSH into a remote instance and then just run it. Okay? Yeah. Awesome. Let's do it. All right, so here we go. Okay, so let's now run this command here. This particular variable here actually is the one that shows what model of the operating system you're running on. So this is focal, which is great. So let's now run this. Okay. And there you go. So we have additional packages that will be installed. You have the Cockpit Bridge, the Cockpit Network Manager, and so many other packages that are required to run this software. So let's just say yes. Yeah, so it is done. By default, the software runs on port 9090. So let's just check if there is actually something running on port 9090. Okay. So there's something really important that is running on port 9090 and I cannot really stop it actually. So I have to figure out exactly how to change the default port that Cockpit runs from port 9090 to something that is currently unusable. Okay, so after fidgeting for a couple of minutes, I figured out how to change the default listening port for Cockpit. And we can see it here on this documentation page here. Right, it shows us exactly how we can change the default listening port for Cockpit. Right, so this is only possible on servers with systemd support. Right, yeah. So it says to change its port or address, you should place the following content on this file here, which is etc systemd system cockpit.socket.d/listen.config file. So let's copy this, okay, and let's create it. Right, there you go. Yeah, so let's now just copy this content here. So let's specify that as socket, and then the first option, apparently you can leave it blank, and the reasons are given here. Right, the first line with an empty value is intentional. Systemd allows multiple listen directives to be declared in a single socket unit. So an empty value in a drop-in file resets the list and thus disables the default port 9090 from the original unit. So that's the reason why you probably want to leave that option open. And then this is the port that you wish to run system MD on, that's 777. I think that's fine. And then this is the IP address that you wish to bind on. So I'm going to now use the IP address of the server to bind Cockpit on. So I'm just going to copy it and then just paste it right here. All right. So I think with that we are good to go. I'm going to save this file and exit out of it. Yes, and of course we have to reload systemd. So I'm going to copy this that command and then also restart Cockpit. Right, so if we did ls-ov again, and this time we are looking at code row 7. All right, so it says systemd is running, which I think is running the Cockpit service here. So now we're going to go to our web browser here now and then type in the IP address of our server and then the port that we've just listed Cockpit to run on, which is 777, right? Yeah, so let's do that now. This is running on an unsecured port. Okay, and in this case you'll actually see that the connection is not secured. So the SSL servers are some things that you can actually configure a bit later. The username is one of the users of the system, and then the password is also the password of one of the users on the system, preferably the admin of the system. So here we go. It says web console is running in limited access mode. Turn on administrative access. I think I want this, and it's going to ask you for the sudo password, authenticate, and here we go. So this is actually my live server here running Ubuntu 20.04.6 LTS, and I can already see here we have 2 services that have failed. I'll have to see what services those are. We have resource usage here, CPU alongside memory, and I can quickly see that my CPU is at 9% usage, which is good, and the memory is at 1.1 of the 1.8 RAM installed, and this instance is running on Linode. Okay, and this is its uptime, 28 days. Okay, then you can go to the logs, come to the storage option. This is very critical because servers always run out of storage, so you can always check out what partitions are configured on the system and what is the memory, the storage usage, sorry. Okay, so we can see NFS mounts if they're available. There is none, and can now see that I have 24 out of the 48 GB of storage, and I have a little progress bar here that quickly shows me visually how much storage that I have consumed, and then we have the storage logs here, right? So everything seems to be okay. I can see the reads and the writes stats here in real time actually, so the server is not really busy. Networking, again, I can check out the networking here and see all the network interfaces that are installed on this VPS. Right, and yeah, we have these are bridge interfaces used by Docker. We have an Ethernet interface here, and then of course its public IP is also right there. And then we have the network logs. I can see accounts, what users are configured on the system, and remember this Okidave is the one that we use to log into the system, so it's only Okidave and root. And then we have services here. Okay, so these services, essentially it's pulling the system MD services, and you can see them here. And you can generally just click on a particular service to probably have more information about it. Let's see IP tables. You can stop and restart a particular service. Okay, can see its relationships. So this is all system D services here that actually shown to you. Yeah, this is really awesome. You can check whether it's enabled at startup or not. You can see if it is running or not running. And then we have applications here. Yeah, so this I guess is the storage audit that we checked out earlier. And then we have software updates and the terminal. This is so far my favorite because I can just come here and check out, right? The terminal options here, and actually just run whatever I need to run here. Really awesome, right? So this is Cockpit on Ubuntu 20.04 LTS server running on Linode, right? And I've just showed you exactly how to install it. Now, if you have any challenges installing it, let me know in the comments below, or if you really want me to run it on your server instance, simply go to sitemonkey.com and come to click on this button that says get expert help now, and just fill in this form here, your name, your email, maybe your website, just get the issue type, server error, server issue, whatever, add a little issue description, and then submit, right? I'll get back to you in roughly 30 minutes. If you send it during the day, which is my time here, I'm GMT +3, right? Yeah, so this is something that I do for clients out there, users who may not either have the time or may not really have the technical abilities to do server administration, right? Yeah, so you can also chat on WhatsApp actually. Just come and tap on WhatsApp down here, and it automatically just opens up a window on your phone and you're able to chat, right? Or you can send an email, which is support@sitemonkey.com. I'll be able to get back to you, install for you Cockpit on your server securely, and yeah, you can always glance over it, right? So thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.